Hello, this is Andrew Harding with the third extract from the story called Operation Birthday Suit. You may recall that Jimmy is trying to relieve Lucy Rawlings of her virginity. And so now you're going to find out, if you're patient, whether he succeeds in doing just that. Okay, here goes. The following day, Mum called Mrs. Rawlings to discuss Lucy, me, and sex. Mum alerted Mrs. Rawlings to my intentions and the advice she had given me, and was surprised to hear that I had asked Mrs. Rawlings directly. "I'm sorry you were landed with that one, Lydia. Our Jimmy can be a bit unsubtle at times. As you know, he gets it from his father. It's up to you, of course. You're her mother. But as for Jimmy, all I can say is he is really crazy about Lucy. He's never been with or even mentioned any other girl. So as far as I'm concerned, Jimmy can get a green light if you and Tom and Lucy herself are comfortable with it." "Thanks, Christine. I'll discuss it with Lucy. Everything will be considered carefully, I assure you. And don't you think that the fact they both asked me about it shows distinct signs of maturity on their part?" "Yes, that bit was unexpected. Teenagers these days. Warburton has never seen so many ill-considered pregnancies. Jimmy and Lucy are pretty sensible, but it's amazing what the heat of the moment can make you forget. To that we owe Jimmy's existence, so it can't be all bad, can it? Although sometimes, Lydia, I'd like to wring his skinny neck." "Me too." The conversation terminated in gales of laughter. I reported to Dad's office as he had a job for me. I had to help Decca move a heavy piece of furniture upstairs. As I was leaving to find Decca, Dad called me back. "A little bird, Jimmy, tells me that a test of your manhood might be in the offing. Your girl seems to be hot for you. I just wanted to say go for it, Jimmy. Your mother and I were the same age, although, to be honest, not many people know that." "Seriously, Dad? I thought Mum said otherwise. But yes, Operation Birthday Suit is definitely going ahead. And while we're at it, was I a mistake, as is rumoured?" He ruffled my hair and held my shoulders. "Yes, you were an excellent mistake too, although Rebecca was, I should say, entirely intended. But I'm proud of you, Jimmy. Wouldn't change you for all the tea in China. Now remember that whatever happens on the first night, it only gets better. Just a wrinkle from an old man's son. Best of luck." As I sweated up the hill towards Lucy's house on that hot, humid afternoon, I took stock of the position. I didn't know what conversations had passed between the other parties in these transactions, but Dad had clearly heard something to show that Lucy's designs had in the end fallen in with mine. Not only that, but although Lucy held the ultimate trump card, where a woman simply says no, I had still one card remaining to be played, the Knave of Clubs. I was therefore hopeful. In fact, I was sufficiently hopeful that my toothbrush was poking out of the back pocket of my shorts. That, I realized, was too much of a giveaway, so I extracted it and slotted it into my underwear, an adjustment that I considered I had better not forget I had made. An ill-considered sitting down movement could put paid completely to Operation Birthday Suit. I arrived carrying Lucy's birthday present in a small red box and a rather naughty birthday card in a large pink envelope. I was dressed only in my shorts and a t-shirt, as I saw when Lucy opened the front door was the object of my desires. We had decided on a quiet birthday celebration at home with our close friends Eddie and Fiona, for which Mrs. Rawlings had cooked a roast and made a birthday cake. I told Lucy she could only open her present in the evening. After our friends departed, Lucy and I went up to her room. We chatted for a while listening to Beatles records, and I eventually reminded Lucy that she had not yet seen her present, which lay unopened on the dresser. She took the small box and opened it, taking out a large, shiny red apple. Lucy looked extremely puzzled. "Is this apple my birthday present, Jimmy? Is this some kind of a joke?" "Well, yes, in a way it is a joke," I replied, "but there is another present below, under the cotton wool. However, you have to eat the apple first, that's the deal." I held the apple to her lips. "What on earth are you up to, Jimmy?" "Listen, Luce, you know what the significance of a girl eating an apple is, don't you? You haven't forgotten Bible study." You mean partaking of the tree of forbidden knowledge, Jimmy? She answered slyly. Exactly, and don't pretend, Luce, that you don't know what I'm talking about. Will you eat it with me? I looked deeply into her eyes to gauge her response. She smiled sweetly. You wicked boy, Jimmy, she said in a tone that showed that she had no such opinion of me. She looked at me as she took a large bite from her side of the apple. She then handed it to me so that I could do the same. We munched away, secret smiles turning into outright giggles as if we had stolen the apple from a neighbor's tree. Now can I have my other present? Yes, of course. She removed the cotton wool and brought out of the box a gold chain from which was suspended a small apple made of gold. The chain I had saved from my dealings with Ravi. The apple similarly, which she had said was real gold, and that I should give it to the first girl I ever made love to. Lucy had already indicated that she had gathered the significance of this gift, and gave me a flirtatious kiss on the mouth after I had fastened the chain for her and she had viewed the necklace in the mirror. I looked at her in the mirror from behind her shoulder and she caught my eye. I put my arms around her and whispered in her ear, Tonight's the night, Miss Rawlings.